The following program has been made possible through an underwriting grant from Benny Rizzuto's wallet. Hey, come back here with that.
Hello, my name's Max.
That's the way it's done.
You know the Dakar Rally, it's the car race in the Sahara Desert. And this is my artist's impression of it.
Okay, here we are. Welcome to Benny TV. You caught me off guard. Anyway, we have lots to cover tonight. Big show. I want to welcome you all on Tuesday, the May 15th, and we're going through some major storms outside. So I'm trying to center, so this is right over my head, so it looks like blue hair. Okay. Anyway, we have a lot to cover tonight. We have a DVD getaway. We're going to discuss the passing of Margot Kidder in a little bit. The deep, dark secret of the Dark Knight. Yes, we're talking about Batman. Deep, dark secret with Batman. Dreams with sharp teeth, and so much more. But let us begin with last weekend, which was Mother's Day weekend. So I hope all you moms were treated with love and respect that you deserve, not just one day a year, but every day, every year. Moms deserve respect that you don't get, so we give it to you on one day, but you deserve it every day. So it was Mother's Day weekend, and I went to, if you watched last week's show, I spoke about Twitch Productions, a great horror company, Twitch Productions, and they put together all these great horror events and different shows. And the event they had over the weekend was a Mother's Day. On Saturday they had it, a Mother's Day flea market, horror flea market, and ran into a lot of great people, had a lot of fun there, and I'm going to show you. I took my camera with me, and I filmed about an hour worth of what was going on in the flea market. I cut it down to a 4-minute preview, 4 minute of clips to give you an idea of what the horror flea market was all about, the bizarre haunted flea market. So I cut it down to about a 4-minute clip, and during all the shows I will get into more detail of it, and I will show you more, and I will put together the entire film that I did. I'll put it all together, and I will put it on Benny TV, and I will also give it to Twitch Productions so they can air it. So I'd like to roll that. I'd like to start off by, let's roll the video of the flea market, the haunted flea market, and that's coming up in a second. And then we had something. How you doing? I'm Benny Rizzuto. I'm about to take you on a quick, fun trip to a really fun flea market. Fun. If you're into horror, you're going to love this little trip that we're about to take. We have arrived to the bizarre haunted flea market.
and I am talking to author Lorraine Malloy and just visiting some friends here because it's a great day to do stuff. I took the day off from the Kate Fox show, so here I am. Happy horrors, and make sure you buy my books through Amazon. Just look for Lorraine Malloy. Happy horrors from this spooky bitch, Lorraine Malloy, and you're watching Benny TV. You're watching Benny TV.
Excuse me?
What's it for?
What's this for?
Yeah.
It's for a show called Benny TV.
Benny TV, what's
Benny
that?
TV. It's on, you can get it on Facebook Live, and you can get it on YouTube. It's on Strong Island Radio and Television
Oh,
on
okay.
Facebook. Are you on Facebook?
Yes.
Okay, and, or you could look me up. I'm Benny Rizzuti.
Oh, definitely.
All right? Yeah, I do.
Do you have Instagram?
I have a card that I'm on Facebook. I don't know how to Instagram or any of that other. I mean, you know, I'm not a young man.
Hi, I'm Elsie McCobb.
And you're watching Benny TV.
I'm watching some guy named Benny wearing a Batman shirt with a beard. Do you know? I do. Saida knows him because we watch Benny TV. Thank you, Benny, for being here. It's nice to see you, and have fun.
Tell us a little bit about this place.
About the place, about the event.
About the event and how it all started.
Oh God, that's a loaded thing, Benny. I've got chemo brain, remember? Well, I mean, this is meant for mothers today. Just wanted to do something special for the moms. I love my mom dearly, so I thought it would be fun to take mom out, give her a little pampering section today, and not interfere with her tomorrow day with the kids and family and whatnot. So today's her day to shop, get some glitter in her hair, get some polish, get some glitter in her lips, get some snacks, and get her tarots read and all that good stuff here at the Old Bethpage Village. That's what I got for you.
My name's Vicky and you're watching Benny TV. Perfect.
And thank you, Vicky. Thank you, Elsie McCobb, Saida Thompson, everybody. I had a lot of fun. There were so many great people there. And I just can't say enough about Twitch Productions. If you're into horror and you want to go to like a film festival or something, if it isn't Twitch, it's not a production. Because Elsie McCobb just does the greatest. I first learned about her when... Okay. I'm going into, that's like a dream sequence right there. So I just want to finish up and say that I first met Elsie. I learned about her. She wrote a play that was performed in a restored home in, I don't know a lot about the home, but it was a play that she wrote called The Living Dead Mafia. And it was in St. James in this restored home. A great, really great story that she wrote, and well acted. All these people that seem to be part of her group that work with her are just, they're all excellent. And it was a great show. Had a lot, great fun. And then now I'll bring it down a little bit. Yesterday I learned about the passing of I loved her in Superman 2 was my favorite Superman of all time. I really loved it, but Margot Kidder was a lot more than just Superman's girlfriend. But she was my favorite. Here she is, 1948 to 2018. Very sad. The poor woman, she was bipolar, and she was a champion of working for mental illness and doing what she could to help people with mental illnesses. That's how she lived the remainder of her life. wonderful woman. I never met her personally, but just from what I saw, and I loved when she played Lois Lane. It was she did there were corny lines as Lois Lane in Superman 2, and she just did them so great. I just remember, and she was so convincing when she figures out that whenever Superman's around, Clark is not around, and vice versa, and puts that together. And I remember at the end there was General Zod and his people, and then they lose their powers. Spoiler alert, but the movie's only about 40 years old. So she loses, this woman loses her powers, and Margot Kidder says, you know what? You've been a pain in the neck. And she just throws it down this hole. But anyway, rest in peace, Margot Kidder. I loved you. There are a lot more movies than Superman that she was in, and she was great in all of them. So rest in peace, Margot Kidder. Great actress, more than just Superman's girlfriend. And we're sorely missed. As I said, she did a lot, not only in film, but she did a lot to help people with mental illness because she was herself bipolar. So I did that. I went to, now we're going to go from one superhero, from Lois Lane, we're going to go to The Dark Knight. We're going to go to, there's some things, if you're a fan of Batman, and you're a big fan of Batman, here's a documentary I think that you will want to know about. You want to learn about the true history of Batman, and that Bob Kane was not the sole creator of Batman. So we're going to run that clip.
This story for me was uncovering a big superhero secret. Bob Kane is the man who has been credited on Batman for most of Batman's history.
When you open a comic book, there it says created by Bob Kane. When you see the movies, it says created by Bob Kane. Correcting that is something that terrified everybody, I think, for decades.
Bill Finger was the dominant creative force of Batman, Robin, the Joker, Catwoman, the Riddler, the Penguin, the Scarecrow, Commissioner Gordon, Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson, and Gotham City.
I know Bob's trying to take credit for everything. Everything you would think is good, that's Bill.
So how could this not have been so well known?
I was a ghost. I really was.
Bob Kane did not want Bill Finger's story told and took tremendous offense at.
Bill was Batman's secret identity. It became a crusade, getting Bill's name on Batman. Superheroes are not doing this to get paid or praised. They are doing something for the greater good, then they disappear into the night. Without Bill, there'd be no Batman. So what happened to Bill Finger?
And that video is available on Hulu. If you don't have Hulu, you really should get it. Or if you have a relative you haven't seen in a long time and they have Hulu, go over there, bring a bottle of wine, bring something to pizza. Pretend you're there to see them and then say, hey, I heard you have Hulu. And watch Batman and Bill. It's a great story about Bill Finger, Bill Finger, from what I've gathered, and I learned about him I used to go to other conventions. There used to be a great convention that dealt with writers and comic book people in Stony Brook, Long Island, called the Icon. And I think they're trying to bring it back, but before there was Comic-Con and there were some Fairy Con, but Stony Brook on Long Island, we had the Icon convention. And they had a lot of authors, a lot of comic book people, and films. And there was the editor of DC Comics, the late Julius Schwartz, spoke about Bill Finger. And I had remembered, I would see Bill Finger's name on some of the comics because I read Superman, Batman, Green Lantern, Challenges of the Unknown, which were my favorite, and I believe I mentioned them last time. So Bill Finger's name had come up because he also, what he was like the utility guy. Like somebody would say, we have a character, and that's what it appears as though Bob Kane had a character, drew him a certain way, but didn't know a lot about Batman, and it was Bill Finger, as you saw in the trailer. Bill Finger, who created his origin, created the Joker, many of the villains, And then he didn't get the credit for it, and that happened a lot back with comics, and it probably might still happen, but he didn't get credit because he just wrote. He was their idea man, and he did a lot. He wrote. You know, there's an oath for the Green Lantern has an oath. Bill Finger wrote that for the original Green Lantern, Alan Scott. So Bill Finger did that, but the poor guy didn't get credit. He didn't have a lot of money. Siegel and Schuster, who created Superman, they also did not make money off of Superman. And it happened back then. And Julius Schwartz said it happened, but Bob Kane was trying to sweep it under the rug about that Bill Finger created. He really created Batman. He was the co-creator. And it took a long time before his name is... Yeah, I don't want to give away too much. It's a great documentary. You should see it. But there's one thing for those of you who are fans of when I was growing up, the Adam West Batman, Adam West and Burt Ward, the Batman TV show, the first one. Bill Finger had an opportunity. He wrote an episode for that, which, you know, they were 2-part episodes. And he wrote one, so if you're ever watching that, which you can watch on MeTV on Saturday, Sci-Fi Saturday nights, look for The Clock King's Crazy Crimes. And that was from 1966, written by Bill Finger and Charles Sinclair. And you know it's got to be a lot of fun because Bill Finger created yet another villain, the Clock King. I love that documentary. I would see it. When you see it, you will have a different light on Batman. You'll see how the fans finally learned that Bill Finger had a lot to do with the Dark Knight that we know and love. Now, speaking of Dark Knights, one of my favorite authors, and I have a documentary, not a documentary, there is a documentary on my favorite author, Harlan Ellison, but I have a trailer, and then I have a trailer, and attached to that trailer is a clip about screenwriting. So you may like that. Let's go to the clip. Ellison.
Just shoot the fucking thing so I can go back to my life.
You have somebody who is one of the greatest writers of the 20th century.
Repent, Harlequin, said the TikTok man. You give me what I asked for because I'm God.
Mail Dead Gopher to publishing house.
Absolutely true.
Harlan Ellison should probably be read in schools.
The trick is not becoming a writer. The trick is staying a writer.
And Kirk says with wonder, "Who are you?" "We are the guardians of forever."
These are my extra typewriters.
This is like an ammunition dump.
Where does he get the energy?
You stupid! You morons!
I think revenge is a very terrific good thing for everybody.
Attacked ABC executive breaking pelvis.
True.
Get it on. You know, really do it.
He threw me out of the house naked once.
Ladies like the little Hebrew boy.
That was a mean little dog. I just wouldn't go down. Yeah, it's a horn, you douchebag! That's one reason people are stupid. They're not using their brains. You don't use a muscle, it atrophies. Stop cringing, I won't hit you. The only smog there is down in the valley killing Republicans. I don't give a shit about that. Art is supposed to be hard. Art is supposed to be demanding. That's the way I feel about it.
Yes, of course. He treated women decently, but he was an idiot.
I should do a freebie for Warner Brothers? What is Warner Brothers out, with an eye patch and a tin cup on the street? Fuck no.
Now it begins.
I was trying to explain to somebody yesterday. They asked me what it was like writing scripts, and I was trying to explain that. I said it's not even like when you're writing fiction, you have complete control. Everything is what you put it down. The words, it's a collaboration between you and the reader, and you have control. When you're writing a script, if you're really lucky, you're just like an architect handing architectural plans to a good builder, and they're going to go and make something. But more often than not, especially when you get into a movie, you've drawn up architectural plans that you know will work. You hand them over to these people, and some months down the line, they come over and they say, the roof is leaking. And you say, well, the roof shouldn't have leaked on the plans. And they said, well, we had to move the bathroom, and we didn't actually bother with the whole lounge thing that you'd done in the corridors. And we have the chimney now coming straight out of the wall, and the roof is leaking. Can you fix it? And you're in there sort of going, well, actually, if only you'd put in the corridors, you wouldn't have this problem with the roof. And you're suddenly trying to fix things for people, and all you're thinking is, they're going to think that I didn't know how to put the roof in.
Yeah, they always blame the writer. Always, they know it's a collaborative medium, and yet they always blame the writer. And when I say they, I mean people like Gene Siskel never did it, but Roger Ebert, who should know better. Roger Ebert constantly does it. Most film critics do it. Stinking script. Nobody ever made a good movie from a bad script. It is possible to make a bad movie from a good script. And I hate to tell this on John Frankenheimer, who was a director whose work I much admired, but he said one of the dumbest goddamn things, the most arrogant things I've ever heard a director say. Somebody was saying to him, well, how important is the writer? And he said, no, it's the director who does it all. I'm the director. He said, they just make the plans up. I actually build it. I am the creator. To which, and somebody interviewed me, and they said, how do you respond to that? And I said, you go back and you tell Mr. Frankenheimer, who in his day has been very good, that the guy who does the plans is called the architect. The guy who does the building is called a fucking carpenter.
Hi, I'm Amy, and I like cookies, and I like bananas, and I love Benny TV. I better get my $5. Hi, I'm Amy, and you should watch Benny TV because he's the bomb diggity.
Thank you, Amy, for watching Benny TV on Strong Island Radio and Television. And we started out with a clip of actually the trailer of Harlan Ellison, Dreams with Sharp Teeth. And you see the cover of it. There's someone sleeping with a big dark cloud over their head. And it's on the cover, it says, "A nasty little dream come true," from the New Yorker. If you're not a fan of Harlan Ellison, after you see this documentary, you will be. A wonderful writer, more than just a science fiction writer, speculative writer, essayist, screenwriter. He's just an all-around one of the greatest writers of the later part of the 20th century. And a lot of his work are short stories, short works, novellas. Some of you may be familiar with Harlan Ellison with the Star Trek episode with Joan Collins, a Star Trek episode where McCoy went through this time stone. He went through this thing and he went into time to the Depression era New York, and something happened, and now the Enterprise didn't exist. Nothing existed, so Kirk and Spock have to go back through time and hopefully land in that same area and stop McCoy from whatever he did, and Joan Collins is in it. It's called City on the Edge of Forever. Great. It was, Ellison, of course, was not happy with it because as they spoke at the end of that documentary, that little clip with him and Neil Gaiman, they were talking about how you write something for the screen or for television, and it's different from writing a story or a novel, because now people change it, and then if it doesn't go well, they disagree with you. And next week I'm going to show a clip of Harlan speaking about that episode and show you a few pictures of it where he talks about how they kind of messed it up, but still, I liked it, and a lot of people are still fans that consider it, and I believe it won a few awards. Harlan Ellison's won many Hugo and Nebula awards, and many different awards on writing. Great writer, and the surprise is that I have a brand new copy of Dreams with Sharp Teeth that one of the people watching this show can get. You can get this free. You can free DVD giveaway. We only have one to give away, and how you go about it is go on to my Facebook page, Benny TV Facebook page, and I want you to write either a short poem or a short paragraph on why you should have this DVD, why you want this DVD, or something about if you're familiar with Harlan Ellison, tell me about that. Harlan Ellison also, some of you may know of a science fiction film called A Boy and His Dog with a very young Don Johnson. And that was, Harlan did not write the screenplay for that, but it was adapted from his short story of the same title, A Boy and His Dog. And of course, the stories and books are almost always better, and it is, but, and Harlan does not like the last line of A Boy and His Dog, but it's a great movie, and it's one of the earlier, one of those first post-apocalyptic films that you don't see too often anymore. And now went from books, we went from Margot Kidder, comic book heroes, to a great literary hero. And now, let's talk about film. I spoke about this movie last week. There's a movie, no, we're not going to talk about the movie first. We're going to talk, we're going to open the phone lines soon. If anybody wants to call in, you could call in. I believe we have the, no, we don't have the number. We'll work that out. we'll get some advice from my friend Bomba Claudy, and then we'll talk about movies. So here we go. You're watching Benny TV on Strong Island Radio and Television.
When your friends are not around and you're feeling depressed and down, I will help you eyes this Bumba Claudy. My name's Miss Bumba Claudy. I will keep your hopes afloat, and I'll make you some curry goat. I will help you eyes Miss Bumba Claudy. My name is Bumba Claudy. Bumba 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 Claudy. You know, folks, sometimes in life, you're going to need a friend to help you out, because that's what friends are for. For example, I remember when my good friend Viola called me up on her $1,000 iPhone, and she said to me, "Claudia, I'm having a lot of money problems. I have no money. I have no money to buy food. My fridge is empty. I'm hungry, Claudia. Can you lend me $400 so I can go food shopping for the month?" And I said to her, "Viola, I'm so sorry you're going through so many issues, sweetie. I feel so bad for you, sweetie. But sweetie, if you're really hungry, I suggest that you eat the apple on the back of that phone."
And that is my very good friend Bomba Claudy, who will one day make an appearance on the show. Because as you know, sometimes I have guest co-hosts. Sometimes there'll be other people hosting. Next week, Ryan Rizzuti will be returning with movie reviews of the latest movies to hit the theaters this week. And it's a big one this weekend. It's Deadpool. And then we have Solo, the Walt Disney Han Solo Star Wars standalone movies now. And I hope it's a lot more exciting than that other one there, the Rogue One. Please. I'm sorry, I know that you Star Wars purists and you love Star Wars and Luke Skywalker and everything. That was boring. Nobody needed to tell me that story. Okay, that was a story I didn't need to know. That's I do own that movie though, because there are nights that I have insomnia. So when you suffer from insomnia, nothing better than either read a really thick, boring book, or you watch Rogue One. Or sometimes, if it's early and I can't get to sleep, I'll watch Laughter Saves Lives live. Just kidding, they're here, so I'm kidding around. Laughter Saves Lives Live is up next. And I'm getting, some people are writing, someone wrote, I haven't been to a movie since Titanic. I'm not even going to mention your name. Titanic. That was over 20 years ago, Titanic. Man. These people who don't go, people don't go to the movies, people don't have CDs. I have about, I'd say at least 250 rock and roll CDs. And there are people, I never buy one. I don't go to the movies. Do you own a DVD one? Haven't been to the movie since Titanic. Oh my God. Anyway, it's coming out 7:30. If you want to call in to Strong Island Radio and Television. And the number is coming up, so call in to Strong Island. We can talk. I have a few more videos. There's other things, and I hope by the end of this show that I will answer the question of, do insomniac sheep count people, or do they just watch Fear the Walking Dead? One or the other. Anyway, so we'll go back. I was talking about a movie before. There's a movie, independent movie made that it involved a lot of New York City and Long Island comedians, very talented people, put together a extremely funny adult comedy. And I'm talking adult with a capital, oh my God. All right, and this film has been an official selection in the Hoboken International Film Festival, 2018 Film Festival. It will be there from May 18th to May 24th. And the Hoboken International Film Festival is held at Greenwood Lake, New York. Go figure. I think it's just close. And the Hoboken International Film Festival is in its 13th year. So that will be between May 18th and 24th. And this is the movie you want to see, and people are going to be talking about this a long time. As a big fan of it, Gender Bender. Roll the clip. Roll them.
What's wrong?
I lost the spot.
Our new nighttime manager, Daisy Singer.
Did you just say Daisy Singer?
You know that's the same shit that happened to us today. You're gonna make her the new director after she was just a fluffer a few weeks ago? Boom. There's my promotion. Right out the damn window.
I think this just about locks up that promotion for you.
Are you shitting me? You know what I think in my next life? I would almost want to be a woman. I know where you can get this power.
These men would like to learn about the power of the woman.
Place your right hands on the great Vegetores.
Whoa! Hey! Whoa! Hey!
Lift off.
I got a freaking vagina!
Open your goddamn mouth!
Jesus, man, what?
He's got one too!
What? Man, what the
This power cannot be reversed.
You gonna give me my
Give me that!
I want it back, Target. If we die and go to hell, we have to be in hell, right? Are we?
Calm down, man. We have to figure this out together.
Figure it out? We don't have dicks anymore, Nick.
Run, Forrest, run!
Nurse! Call my wife and children and tell them that I love them.
Oh, Johnny, I want you to spank my... I don't want
want a vagina anymore, Randall?
Hey, how you doing? I'm Pat Marone from Laughter Saves Live Live. You're watching Benny TV.
Hey, how you doing? And that was Gender Bender. Be careful what you wish for. As I said, a very funny movie, very funny. It's an adult comedy, so leave your inhibitions, pull that stick out of your butt and go see the movie. It's an official selection of the Hoboken International Film Festival of 2018, and you can see it at that festival. They have a webpage, okay, the Hoboken International Film Festival.com. They also have a page on Facebook, and I'm sure they're on Instagram and all those other grams, which Facebook and the internet are complicating enough to me. That's official selection of the Hoboken International Film Festival, and May 18th to May 24th at Greenwood Lake, New York. And I really think you should go see it. As I said, I've seen it once, saw a private screening. I know they did a little tightening up with it, there was a few things they pointed out to me I would have never known. I did enjoy it. My wife and I saw it. We enjoyed it very much. And I will see it again, and when it comes on DVD, I will eventually own it. Gender Bender, don't miss it. Written by, let me give you a few credits here. Directed by Richard Lampone, written by John R. Marana, and starring Richard Lampone. He was the police officer. Joey Cola and Lamar K. Cheston. And also with cameos by Gilbert Gottfried, Eric Roberts, Sal Governale, and Chris Roach, who you saw him in that bar scene. That's Chris Roach, who played Mott on Kevin Can Wait. And sadly, the news came down over the weekend that Kevin Can Wait was not renewed. It was canceled, which is sad, which makes you wonder what they have against Kevin Can Wait that they don't have against Fear the Walking Dead, which is very sad. Because Fear the Walking Dead really is just fear falling asleep and cracking my head open because I get so tired. So we're raffling off. If you want this Harlan Ellison Dreams with Sharp Teeth brand new DVD, all you have to do is go to Benny TV on the Facebook page and write either a short paragraph or a short poem on why you want this, why you deserve this DVD. And I'm telling you, if you're not a fan of Harlan Ellison, after this documentary, you definitely will be. He's a lot of fun. He's a fun guy. So I guess nobody wants to call me. There's a bad storm out there. So I'm going to blame the weather and not the fact that I have no friends. We have a couple other videos we can show you. I'm trying to think. I know, before we go to another video, talk about any Yankee fans? Met fans. You'll be happy to know that Robinson Cano, that didn't want to go to the Mets, is now suspended for 80 games for taking some kind of a steroid, which he says he thought it was a dietary supplement from his doctor in Dominican Republic. So he couldn't go to CVS to get this dietary supplement. He had to go to a doctor in Dominican Republic. So that's all I have to talk about now. And also, there was this couple who, friends of mine, couple trying to have a baby. So they went to a fertility doctor, and the doctor told the husband that you have a low sperm count. So the husband's reply was, "I was never good at math." So here we go to ours tonight. We have two sponsors. We're sponsored by Islip Family Haircutters on 180 Route 111 Islip Avenue in Islip, New York. And also these guys, the Kankasaws.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to our YouTube page. You know what I'm saying? We want you to subscribe now. So this way you never miss any of the Kankasaw episodes, any of our videos, any of our upcoming things we got cooking, man, interviews, all exclusive content. You know what I'm saying? Get it all right here on the Kankasaw webpage with Johnny G and MC Survive. You know what I'm saying? Word to the third, baby. Ha ha, yeah. You got anything you want to say, Johnny G?
No, I'm still counting on all the stuff we got going on. Was four carried to 2.
Minus the one thing.
Oh, that day, yeah.
But then
1, 2, 3. Yeah, we got like 40 things going.
And always counting.
And count. No
Word
doubt.
up. Yo.
Again on my own, going down the only road I've ever known.
Hey, look, man. Look. Help for struggling artists. That's us. Dude, that's us. We need money. Hey, we can take this. Hey, oh, you rock. Thank you. Hey, whoa!
Get it all, baby. Right here. YouTube.
Right here.
Subscribe, man.
You need to watch Benny TV. If the guy is an idiot, you're gonna love him. You're gonna crack up over and over again. My name's Janet. Islip Family Haircutters if you ever need a haircut.
Hi there, I'm Benny Rizzuti, and there is 100% chance you have no idea who I am. And I probably don't know you either. But if you like a single malt scotch, then we have something in common. And isn't that how friendships are formed, by having something in common, a nice conversation? You ever want to have a conversation with me, the scotch that I'm going to serve is the Glenlivet. It's my favorite single malt scotch. I have friends, they love single malt scotch. They tell me about single malt scotches kept in certain barrels at a temperature in it. I say, stop. I drink the Glenlivet because I Glenlove it. And you will too. The Glenlivet. You're gonna Glenlove it. I drink the Glenlivet because I Glenlove it. And you're gonna Glenlove it too.
Hey, what's going on? I got Islip Family Haircutters here. Anytime you need a haircut, stop on in. My name is Janet, and you need to see Benny TV. What an idiot. You gotta see this guy. He's great. Adios.
You're watching Benny TV. I hope you enjoyed those videos there. That was the Kankasaws. We'll be getting more clips from them, and that was DJ Survive, and it's a fun mini-series. You should watch it. They're our sponsors. It's a lot of fun. They're short. The episodes are 10 minutes or less, and very funny. Very about these two rappers. They hip hop guys who 10 years ago they had a hit song, and I won't tell you the name of the song because even that's funny. They had a hit song, and now they're on their way to making a comeback, and that's what the episodes are about, making a comeback. And they're planning to be filming some new episodes soon, so we're expecting a few of those. I was asked to play a role in that, so we'll see. Hopefully that will materialize. You know, that's what in life you get offers for do this, do that. You get a lot of offers, and some of them pan out, and some of them, you know, some of them may pan out, you know, maybe down the road. You hear stories. It took, I was speaking about Deadpool. It took Ryan Reynolds close to 10 years to get a Deadpool movie, an R-rated comic book movie, because people didn't believe that an R-rated comic book movie would be a box office draw. And it's so good that the second one is coming out this week, Deadpool 2. So, I want to say hello to, give a shout out. Number one, I want to give a shout out to DJ Shownuff. For last week, he called in, and he has a show on Wednesdays, which Dr. Dre, is it Dr. Dre, the show? Dre's House TV. Dre's House TV, and then and also on Wednesdays you have Lori and Christine with The Living Room. A lot of great shows here. We have the Scissor Salute show every Monday, and that's a show dealing with a hairstylist. What great show! I try to watch. I watch Strong Island radio and television a lot more than regular TV. You know, if they had sports games on this network, I would never leave. But and Laughter Saves Lives is up, following me. They're up next. If anybody, I know the weather's bad out there. How's life? Oh, people want to have a conversation with me on Facebook. Call me. The number's there. Even one person's from Ireland. So Lisa Polizzi's watching. Pat Marone is watching. He's in the other room. My friend Mike Barberi is watching. All you people, thank you for watching Benny TV. We're wrapping up soon. I don't think we don't have any more videos, do we? I was expecting a guest, but they didn't make it tonight, and I'll take the blame for that. And there's not much more. See if one of the Laughter Saves Live guys want to come in here. I didn't have enough video. Sorry. How unprofessional is that? Life is good. I think they're trying to get somebody. I'm going to have to drag someone off the street. All right, John. He's coming. Help is on the way. What movie is that? Help is on the way. I didn't have enough video tonight. Didn't have enough audio either. Hey, how you doing? How you doing?
He's getting mic'd up. He's like Francesa.
Yeah. Hey, John LaRocchia. How you doing? All right, you want to sit in this seat?
Can I
Come
sit?
on.
Did you want me to sit?
Yeah, of course I did. How you doing?
Good. It's so
John
nice of you to
LaRocchia
invite
from
me.
Laughter Saves Lives.
Laughter Saves Lives
You're
live
bailing me
on
out.
Next.
I didn't bring enough videos with me.
Yeah, you should have brought a lot more videos. You know, that was
yeah. Screw you.
No, but we were outside watching. What were we saying outside? We kept waking each other up, like me and Patty were sitting there. We're going, holy crap, Benny's still on. Oh yeah, Benny's still on.
Hey, so tell us where you're gonna. I don't want to give away. You're gonna talk.
We
on your
have a
show.
really interesting show today. You know, we do comedy. Benny, you do comedy, we do comedy. But, you know, when comedians are on stage, they talk about serious issues.
Yes.
You know, so we are doing a mental health show tonight. We have a comic, Angela Cobb, and my daughter, Christina LaRocchia, who both are going to talk about their struggles with mental health. Yep, some real issues. And we're going to have some fun with them. I've had some mental health issues. Especially watching your show there.
Yeah, there you go.
No, but I did, you know, not to the level, but depression and obviously after 9/11
Oh,
and
yeah,
all stuff.
right.
So we're gonna try to throw this stuff out on the table.
And you were saying that was your show is a comedy show,
right?
So you're going to do a comedy show about mental
health. It's just like my screenplay. Is he plugging his screenplay? It's just like my screenplay. It's about laughter before and after 9/11.
Oh, you wrote a
yes,
screenplay.
hopefully we're going to start shooting in a few months. And how does laughter relate to 9/11? Well, if you don't laugh at one point after a tragedy, you're going to be in trouble. So with mental health, these ladies are going to talk about their struggles and the funny things that they went through. and the serious things, and we're going to try to not embarrass ourselves. And
my dad had may rest in peace. He had an old saying: "Laugh and the world laughs with you.
Yep.
Cry and you cry alone."
Right.
And my father had some mental health issues, but he took it. He beat it out. He did like boxing, and I was the bad.
Oh, shoot. I know with my depression, sometimes I was so depressed, and I would go to Governor's Comedy Club back in the day, right?
Right.
And because I was a big shot comic even back then, and I would drag myself, Benny, out of bed or off the couch. I mean, I didn't want to move.
And this was after 9/11?
Well, this was even before 9/11. I suffered from depression. And it was almost like seasonal. Like a certain time of the year, I would just get so down, and I thought I was sick, and then every year I'd go, oh, wait a second, it's a depression, and I kind of ride it out.
Now, you said it was seasonal. Was it always like a certain time?
Yeah, I think it was like the fall. I would just start really feeling weak and lethargic and not want to do anything. And my first thought was something's wrong with me, or let me get checked out, blood work. And then I went, wait a second, it's that time of the year. And I would just say, I would let myself be. I'd say, I got to ride through this, and if I have to lay on the couch for 4 or 5 days, that's what I'm going to do. And I always snapped out of it. But there was that one year that it lasted longer. But I would, now, think about feeling like that and doing comedy. Or going to work.
That's one of the things that, my hat is off to professional stand-up comedians, that they could be a tragedy, or you could have an argument with someone, a major argument, and then you're going on stage to make people laugh, and you have to pretend that nothing happened.
Yeah, well, you know what? I think it was almost like, just like being a fireman. I was afraid of heights. Think about that.
A fireman who's afraid of heights.
I was afraid of heights, not too brave, not too good with smoke. There's a good fireman, right? But when I would get to a job, I had a job to do. So I would climb the ladder, or I'd go up in the bucket, the 100-foot ladder.
And you didn't think about it?
Well, I tried not to think about it because I was focused on the job. But then after it was over, I was always like, oh, my God. So I think it's the same with depression. You function, you do what you have to do, but then when you're alone, that's when things get a little scary.
I find that laughter therapy, and even like... You've been married a long time. I've been married a pretty long time. And my wife said that one of the reasons our marriage has lasted so long is that we're able to joke with each other.
Yes,
you need a sense of humor.
There's a fine line at times when a joke, you're going to insult somebody, it's uncomfortable. And sometimes when you're a jokester, you put your foot in your mouth sometimes.
Right.
But in general, we all need to laugh a little bit. Take ourselves less seriously. Laugh at ourselves.
I put my foot in my mouth so many times that on my tongue it says Skechers.
So that's what we're doing today. We're going to try to maybe help one person.
Well, Laughter Saves Lives Live is a comedy show that helps everyone. You have it's a foundation.
Well, yeah, our whole premise at Laughter Saves Lives is we were born out of 9/11. It came to a point after 9/11 where I said, man, I need to remember my guys, because everybody's saying never forget, right?
Right.
But then you have to look in the mirror at one point and say, okay, now what are you going to do, right? People always say, oh, never forget. And I think, a lot of people had every good intention, but I don't know why. I just looked in the mirror one day and said, I got to do something to remember these, because it very easily could have been me.
And you helped the families.
Well, I did the best I could in the mental state that I was in to help these families. And it was almost like when we parted some of these families, our whole relationship was based on 9/11. You run a funeral for somebody, you help the kids a little bit. I almost think it was a blessing at one point where they said, you know what, we don't need the help anymore. We need to go off on our own. And in the beginning, I was like, oh, man, maybe I'm doing the wrong thing. I'm not calling them enough. Then I said, you know what, but when I call them, it's a reminder of 9/11, so...
Yeah, but you're doing so many great things.
Well, I got a lot of help. I got a lot of help, and we try. And it's more for me, I think, than for them, because I feel good. You know that. When you do something good for somebody,
right?
It makes you feel good.
It does.
And the money, we all want a lot of money. We all want a lot of money, but money cannot give you that feeling. When you walk away from somebody, when we go to the veterans home, we do a show, and somebody looks you right in the eyes and says, I really needed that today. Thanks.
I did a show at Pilgrim. What is it? There are people, the drug people.
Right.
The addicts, the recovering addicts, right? I did a show for them at Pilgrim State. Yeah.
And I heard 6 of them went back on drugs that night.
Oh, they went. Well, I sold them some
Right
good
after
stuff.
Right after the show.
I had a pound I had to unload really quickly. Yeah, don't tell nobody. No, the truth was after the show, they stood by the door and shook my hand and that
Can't beat it.
You can't beat it. You feel good when you do something.
Yeah.
When you do something like that. Anyway. This has been Benny TV with my special guest, John LaRocchia, and I think what's great about you are on my show, you were allowed to get a few words in edgewise.
Yes.
Because on Laughter Saves Lives Live, you guys are friggin' stepping on each other's lines.
Oh my God, it's ridiculous, especially
like
Pat Marone.
Taffy pull.
Yeah. But it is a balance. We try.
All right. Anyway, time's up. Thank you so much,
Thanks
John.
for having me, Benny.
Oh, thanks for bailing my ass out.
My pleasure.
You're
always.
watching Benny TV. We'll be back next week with movie reviews, great videos, and maybe John LaRocchia.
Benny TV.
Benny TV. Have a great night on Strong Island Radio and Television.
Good night, everybody.
Woohoo!